We and Netfund have got a partnership, and this is particularly to entrench or to pursue some of the vision of PMI Kenya, which is to entrench the the competence of project management and the profession of project management in Kenya.
The main output for this workshop is to make sure that people understand the role of a resource mobilizer in project management, but also to understand the design, how to design a very, very inspiring project that can be fundable, that can also support a very bankable proposal.
70% of your resources come from major donors. A major donor will come with one program for 5 years that is $10 million. That's why we are saying major donors give you 70%, the three donors give you 20%, and first-time donors give you only 10%.
But the workshop is also giving them the exposure to the background about donors and their priorities and the areas that they are willing to fund in the current world that we are having. There are so many dynamics, so it is very good for practitioners also to understand the dynamics where the funds are flowing and how to convince them and move from the normal contemporary ways of doing proposals, but have a proposal that is short, clear, concise, that can be understood by their target groups, but also be able to engage donors.
From an SDG perspective, and those then anchor why most of these projects you are coming up with them. We want to get rid of poverty, we want to have decent economic that are working environments, we want to have sanitation, clean energy, all those SDGs. So this is the status report. As last month, I think they produced their progress report. They're saying only 15% are on track. They're saying close to 50%, 48% had some moderate change or severe deviation from the target. And then they're saying 37% of those have made no progress or they have worsened. So this is a problem statement. This is why most of you exist. This is why organizations exist.
The Canadian government, and they pronounced themselves during the assembly in August, just about a month ago, that they have put in $200 million into that biodiversity framework fund. And the UK also pronounced themselves with another money into that fund for biodiversity of 20 million, and they were very specific. They said it is not dollars, it is in British pounds. For those who are in Kenya, we know what the exchange rate is. That is not small money. Other countries have made commitments, but they are yet to put in real money. I'm mentioning this because it is showing us that the GEF is growing and expanding. I've not even gone into other forms of funding which the GEF also manages, which is around climate change as well. So that is really very instrumental to note these available resources. Of course, for any facility, there'll always be the procedures and the processes that you need to follow in order to access the resources. So what happens, the GEF Secretariat has a primary role to also seek for those resources. So they also resource mobilize from countries. GEF is a membership facility of 183 parties, I think. I'm not so sure, don't pin me down on the exact membership. But we normally focus when we are doing our resource mobilization on the Annex 1 countries, and these are the developed countries, to put our funds into this basket so that it can be available for beneficiary countries.
Through our collaboration with Netfund, we have been able to have projects coming to Kakamega, like the fencing of the Kakamega forest, which is a very good initiative, and we are looking forward to partner more with them in having a material recovery facility where they can be able to get us potential donors to be able to achieve having a clean environment for ourselves.
So I'm here to present our group exercise, and these are the team members. You can, okay. So on our problem 3, our small problem was the degradation of the Naivasha Basin. So, and the process, as you can see, our process was pollution from local businesses. This business, you find that people don't have a right way of disposing of their waste. So the easiest way is the lake. So then we have the inadequate disposal systems, inadequate capacities among the people that are involved in this regulation. Then we have disposal of chemicals from flower farms that are nearby the lake. We have the weak enforcement of regulations, then inadequate capacities. Then we have a problem of sanitation from upstream. We have a sanitation that will wash it to the lake. So that is a big problem too, and possibly the degradation of the land, which is caused by unsustainable management of management practices. The land management from the upstream and they are degrading the lake. And so we also have low productivity of existing resources and high population rates. Also, they contribute to the degradation of the lake. So, to our effect, now the process of we bring the effects, which are reduced tourism. If our lakes are polluted, we have tourists will not come to a place where it's degraded, so they will avoid our implementation system and go elsewhere, which is a problem. We also have loss of from the effect of tourism. Reduced tourism, we have low revenue, then reduced livelihoods. If there are tourists are not visiting this area, then people will suffer and their livelihoods will reduce. Then we also have the impaired water quality from the pollution, the dumping into the lake. Then from there we have increased prevalence of waterborne diseases. So when people pollute inside the lakes, there are waterborne diseases that go. There are those people who directly use this water for their own, maybe domestic use. We have a problem of water in the country. So some people are directly depending on this lake system. So when we dump, there is a pollution which causes waterborne diseases.
Directly at the embassy, we have those three arms of funding. One is the Trade Council. Trade Council is basically just private sector opportunities for private sector investment in the country. And like we have investors that did like Turkana Wind, for instance, that's a Danish related company. So that's basically Danish investments, and that's an interesting one for both private sector and maybe county governments. do see county governments hold investment forums. It will be a very good place. We link you up with the Trade Council, who can see some investment opportunities in counties, and perhaps we have Danish companies coming there. So that is how they work. Then we have the strategic sector cooperation. This is mainly for the MDS in government on certain areas. So maybe I'll just move. So in terms of the Trade Council, some of the sectors, food, agriculture, energy, tech, water, health, environment, and so on. Strategic sector cooperation, mainly government, partnership between Danish public authorities and their Kenyan counterparts.
This particular training attracted about 64 participants from different organizations, including government agencies. The main gist of the training was on how to design fundable, bankable projects and translate them into winning proposals. We were lucky, we invited a number of development partners to speak and motivate the participants, including USAID, Danida, we had the Government of Kenya Treasury, and also we had private sector represented by Stanbic Bank. All those gave insights on how participants can access resources. We are very happy because of the big number. Our first training attracted 47 people, the second one 54, and this one 64, meaning that we are attracting quite a number of people. This is within our mandate as Netfund, because we are also mandated with the role of building capacity on all these matters related to mobilizing resources, and especially for the space of environment and climate change.
I'm glad to attend this training that has been organized by Netfund and in collaboration with PMI. The training has been very impactful, especially in my profession and to the company, because the proposals that we need to write will help us seek donor funding for the projects being undertaken by the company, especially in the informal settlements, which are unique in terms of service provision as mandated by the water service provider, which is Nairobi City Water and Sewage Company. We're looking forward to writing winning proposals that are fundable and finding donors to help us address the special problems that are being encountered by the residents of Nairobi, the informal settlements.
Initially, when I saw the title, writing winning proposals, bankable projects, I was wondering what do they mean by bankable projects? But it became very clear why some proposals get rejected and why some proposals get funded during this training. I made a lot of friends also during this training, and there's a lot to impact. Another reason why I came really was to understand the business ecosystem, and because Kenya is very intentional about climate change, and that's why I strategically came for a Netfund training, because I understand that Netfund is big on climate change. They're intentional about it, and they are promoting green technologies.
One thing that I have learned through Netfund training is that there's a lot of connection and with donors, and also the good thing is that Netfund will always train you on how to have a good proposal so that you can be able to win the funding for the organization. So I take this opportunity to call upon other organizations that have not attended this training to be able to nominate the people who are in resource mobilization in the next training, so that they may come up and be trained on how to write the winning proposal.
I would recommend this training, especially to anyone undertaking projects across the country, and the impacts that it will have on the population will help to move this country forward and to align our mandate with the manifesto of the current government.
This training has really impacted me in a way that when I came in, I didn't know anything about how to write a winning proposal. But right now I'm going home with a lot of tips that I'm going to train my fellow colleagues in the office, and I know as we sit down as a team to write the proposal, we are going to come up with the winning proposal in our organization.
I'm very grateful for the training, and I really appreciate when we came here. First, we thought that the writing a proposal was just like any other thing, just like writing any other document in the office. And actually, I want to confirm to our facilitator, we've really learned a lot, especially from my team. We were avoiding everything, problem formulation, objective tree, LFA, then you start working on a proposal. So it has been a great time learning all these things, and when we go back, we are going to do wonders for sure, and also with the sure heart partnership. Lastly, I know they will talk on the team. I want to thank everyone, and even thank the President for Her Excellency from PMI. We made a request that we also want a special training focusing on project management in future. So thank you very much.
It's a very good opportunity to be referred to as Her Excellency. First of all, I really have to pass my sincere gratitude to the organizers of this function. Your Excellency, the President of PMI. Many times such functions, you find the President disappears after the last week. You've been here from the one to the last. After that, you take tea with us there, we ask you questions. And if you notice the kind of class you've had, it was on very rare occasions you'll find empty desks. Everybody was following what is going on, even those who will come later and find out. So we are really, really grateful that this has been an eye-opener for the people from Kakamega. I have come with a delegation of 10. And I want to assure you, this is not the first time you'll be seeing us.